a trained trainer to come and teach. I can also define and tell to the workman that this program you have to see for about an hour, then have somebody with an experienced sergeant to see that the work is executed as per that order.
It's a very good suggestion, and that's where we want to move up to. Maybe it may take few more years, and I requested the industry to provide the content to whatever they have, and the Sector Skill Council will redo it, structure it properly. So those things are on the agenda. The Sector Skill Council is being formed. So whatever we are able to collect, we have funded ILFS. They are developing some content which we could put it up. So those things are on the agenda, and we are trying to,
You know,
we are same thing could be done and said that let's put all the knowledge base on the internet, let the industry take it down and transfer it to the workman.
yeah, that's a, just a quick point on that one. I think the RICS already has a web academy that does this for the professions, and I think it's worked, it's come up over the last 2 years for us, and, it's kind of worked very, very well in terms of disseminating this through a lot of webcasts, podcasts that we do. But I guess the same thing can clearly be scaled up for, the trades.
Yeah, some of the other trades, other than civil, we already started working on a pilot project in Tamil Nadu along with the government of Tamil Nadu, for fitters, for welders, etc., for mechanics, whereby industry is interfacing with a few ITIs and they're setting the curriculum. You cannot change it too much because the government controls it, but they're saying what else is needed by the industry so that they are straight away becoming employable. And the industry, there's an agreement to open up the facilities for these guys after they finish the ITI to have like a sandwich post to get trained there so that they become successful. And all this what you call body of knowledge would be up on the net. That's the idea, to put it up on the net.
On course material, I think one thing you should understand is you're dealing with illiterate or semi-literate. You're not dealing with the 10th standard or 8th standard pass. So material that you got to create, material that you create should be less of printed material with written one, but more of graphical things of how to do and how not to do. The right way to do, the wrong way to do, with pictorial representation of laying, etc. Even including videos will have an enormous visual effect on how to really do the work. Seeing is also important. It's a lot of good material is available in each of them. Maybe L&T will have some material. Each of the training centers will have material. All that we require is get them together for a national use for all these 65 odd trades over there. I'm sure an effort can be made by NSDC to get this documented later on, brought it back to all vernacular languages, and later on into what I'm saying, the graphical, visual methodology of easily understandable and not necessarily readable, because they may not be able to read and understand most of the cases. Okay?
Yeah, but hello, as a LNT, we are doing this actually in all our sites. We are done for the safety, how to do excavation, how to do scaffolding, and it's all pictures. It all comes in pictures. So they don't actually, sound is there, and it is all in all languages, Hindi, Kannada, Tamil, Telugu, every language it is played. And the workers see that every day morning, during the
it is there for safety, but what is required is for tile laying, for plumbing, for masonry work. If that is available, then we could at least 1 hour, I could spare the tradesman and say, okay, please attend to these classes, then go to the workplace and being guided by an experienced sergeant.
No, it is all available, but usually we also train all the mechanical people.
We're trying to get that
organized. The fitters and all, we always train them.
Any other questions from anybody else? Yeah, I see what's a hand up there at the other end.
Evening, this is Srinivas from previous training services. One of the questions that we've been facing recently is that while we are able to source personnel to cater to this kind of requirement, we have a training setup spanning over 4 acres just outside the city. We're able to also train them. The critical component is that these personnel are unable to fund their own programs. And whilst we approach an external agency to say that can you please fund this program for them, this is a vocational skill, the first question that comes back to us from a bank or a funding institution is, what is the guarantee that he is going to pay it back? Or what's the guarantee that he is going to get a job? Now, the two sides of the coin. On one end, we are here saying that we do not have sufficient skills. On the other hand, we have people who can be trained, Now, is there something that we can work together to say that let there be a pre-screening, we will train, or any institution can train, and a specific evaluation mechanism to state that subsequent to training they will be hired, therefore we can get them some sort of social funding. Would that be possible in any form?
Should I answer this? Yeah. I think work is already in progress, and as NSDC, we had tied up with Central Bank of India to do funding. They have funded few of our training partners. We have provided them some guarantee for the defaults, a small amount, but they have taken the risk of funding. Apart from that, during this budget, Government of India had provided 500 crores and this 500 crore would be a guarantee given to the bank for funding into vocational space. So it may take time to get implemented. Next 3-4 months, Government of India have to identify an agency who will own this money and start providing a guarantee to the banks for start funding into the vocational space. So work is in progress. I think you will soon have the benefit. You already have partners, so the problem will be solved for you at least. Thank you.
Any more questions, please? Last one, after your question, I think we'll close
No
because it's
question.
almost done.
I think the NREGA scheme can be extended to train construction workers. The work the NREGA team doing now is really worthless. I have seen with my own eyes.
So it's a very important thing. I think ma'am could take a note if in your schemes, ma'am, or in NREGA, if X number of days are identified that those payment for those number of days would only be for skills training, you know, and either they have provided a coupon or they are identified that they have to get trained, and after obtaining a certificate they should get this, you know, X number of days of payment. That would may again trigger the people more towards going for a vocation. The Rajiv Awas Yojana, without having a training, they should not get the funding, or again they should first get a X amount of funding for getting trained, and then they start, the remaining amount should be provided. So there would be various ways of, you know, dealing with the same money, only slight tweaking may be required.
Taking Jaikan's point, possibly IEC component of any of this program, NREGA or the basic services or the Rajiv Awas or any of this particular one, if you're able to link that 2% or 3% of the program of IEC education, information and communication, use it for the skill upgradation training. That will also be a very major amount, considering the large amount of money available of the order of 100,000 odd crores funds available under all these programs.
No,
I think we should.
If they are trained for construction work at the 100 days under NREGA, for the remaining 200 days they will get work from the industry.
Yeah, good suggestion. I think, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, we should close now before the hotel throws us out, because perhaps they have to use this for a thing, and there's something. So we are closing this session now. Thank you very much. I'm not going to give any closing comments. You heard the various speakers. I think that's quite evident as to what we spoke about. We have a challenge, and I'm sure we can rise up to it, provided we work together. Thank you.
Discussion on smart homes. I would like to take this opportunity to introduce Ms. Sonali Kaushik. Ms. Sonali is a global business leader with 24 years of business management experience, marketing and sales experience in global market with Fortune 500 MNCs in high-tech industry, a pioneer and an agent and change agent in breaking ground and turning around businesses, a culture astute leader with a strong passion of disciplined sales, process, organization design, talent acquisition and leadership development. I would also like to introduce Mr. Manishi Sengar. Mr. Manishi is presently heading up the home controls vertical in Schneider LifeSpace business in India. His key responsibilities include business development, strategy development and P&A management. Have been part of Schneider Electric for last 10 years on various assignments and been instrumental to kick off and grow control systems business by developing a system integrators networking India. We thank you for being a part of this event, ma'am. May we now request Ms. Sonali to kindly present her views.
Running short of time, so we actually did modified our messaging what we wanted to do. We are from Schneider, and Schneider is investing heavily on smart homes. And what we're going to show you is the technology part of smart home and primarily the implementation part of it. Okay, and when it comes to the technology for smart home, it's all about how we are making it scalable, how we are making it affordable, and how we are making it user-friendly. So with that, we will just show you a small video which to tell you that it is absolutely at place. It is implemented at multiple places in India. And if you have any questions, you can always ask that after the session. So with that, we'll quickly get to the movie to show you what a smart home is a reality today in India.
Someone asked me what comfort was the other day. It's a good question. I used to think it was all about space and all the latest fittings and luxurious furniture. But you know what? Even the most expensive sofa in the world can't change the music or volume for me. So it's got to be about more than just that. I want to be able to manage and organize the environment in my home as well. Lighting, temperature, security. And now that I'm thinking about it, why not my entertainment system as well? The convenience of managing my home the way I want to, from anywhere and with any device, while saving energy. I like the sound of that. You know what I'd really like? An entrance hall that welcomes me home. Just picture this for a moment. As I walk through the door, an occupancy sensor immediately detects my presence and sends a signal to the control unit. The lights, as well as preset scenes, automatically turn on or off. With the welcome home scene on as I enter the entrance hall, the air conditioning turns on, the blinds open, the lights switch on automatically, while lighting sensors adjust the brightness depending on the availability of natural light. Energy saving and automation in one. So much less to worry about when you've got your hands full of shopping bags or anything else life throws at you. Now that would be ideal. My living room is a multifunctional environment. It's a family room, movie theater, and a place to relax. If you really want to get my attention, then show me a way to go seamlessly from one setting to the next without the hassle of fine-tuning the ambience every time the mood changes. Better still, show me a way to do this using multiple devices all at once with a single touch, and you've got a customer for life. Speaking of scenes, imagine a movie time scene that dims the lights, closes the blinds, activates the projector, and cues up the DVD automatically. Now imagine that I can stop the movie at any time and resume the action, all with a single touch. Better still, give me a way to pre-program the perfect combination of lighting and other functions, not just for convenience, but for energy saving too. A system like Wiser Home Control that's eco-friendly, features leading design and functionality, fits perfectly with my lifestyle. In addition, I'd like a system that allowed me to create different presets for different times of day, like turning the TV and lights on and off, for example, discouraging intruders and saving energy too. The possibilities must be endless. Saving energy is no longer simply about turning everything off. Rather, it's about optimizing your electricity usage to eliminate wastage. But perhaps most important of all, I need a power monitoring function that gives me a real-time visualization of all my power usage in one place. Day to day, month to month, even storing up to a year's worth of data. Total consumption by device or even from one zone to another in actual dollar terms, kilowatts used or carbon footprint. Now that would be a great incentive to change my energy habits. Inside, I want perfection too. What does that mean in the kitchen? German appliances, French cookware, Italian coffee machines, all very nice. But what about giving my kitchen a soundtrack while I'm cooking? as well as the ability to check on life in other parts of the house by means of a series of interconnected cameras and a surveillance function in Wiser. A truly multifunctional kitchen. Now that would be the perfect ingredient. The patio is not just for relaxing, it's for entertaining too. I want to connect to a central control unit using a remote control device and select my favorite playlist. Turn on the outdoor and pool lights. Get the water feature and spa bubbling away. And activate the ceiling fans to make sure we're all comfortable as we enjoy an evening of barbecuing and our friends' company. Give me the ability to do that, and you're welcome in my home anytime. I'm sure I'm not alone in wanting to feel safe in my home. And like everywhere else in my house, I want my bedroom to be fully connected the Wiser way. I want activating the alarm to be as easy as selecting from my pre-programmed security and safe zone functions. I want to be able to relax with a book or watch TV at the end of the day in complete peace of mind. And when I'm done, I want to simply choose the good night scene and let Wiser activate the security system and turn off the remaining lights. Even when I'm not there, I want the peace of mind of knowing that my home is protected. I want to be able to access my home control system remotely at any time and from anywhere using internet technology. Imagine if I could actually see what was going on, a bit like using my webcam on my computer. Or if my home had the ability to alert me to any problems, such as gas leaks or electrical faults, before they escalated into anything bigger. I wouldn't have to worry about whether I've left something on. I could simply log into my network with my mobile phone or laptop computer and check. If an aircon unit has been left on, I simply turn it off remotely rather than wasting power until I got home. A system like that? Now that would be a real winner.
Technology side, the implementation part of it. This is an absolute reality. This is running in quite a few apartments, buildings, premium apartments in Mumbai, Delhi, Chennai, you name it. I just also wanted you to know, since we are running short of time, that at Schneider Electric we do have a dedicated team who only deals with smart home. So we have invested heavily both from commercial and technical side. And with that, I will quickly open up the, so if you want to have any questions, please go ahead. In the beginning that it's a very scalable system. So it's not that there is one particular price for the entire thing that you need to have. It's extremely scalable. And keeping in mind the affordability factor in India, we are Indianizing quite a bit of it. So the cost will be quite affordable, but it is not a single, I cannot give you a price tag because it's very, very scalable. But what I could tell you that it's extremely affordable because it is running at multiple cities right now. And most importantly, it's very user friendly. So we have tried to keep in mind that at home, people who will be operating it, they are not engineers, they are not rocket scientists. So we have to keep it very simple so that it's a delight to operate rather than mind-boggling to mess around with technology.
In addition to this, what Sonali said,
just a minute, let me finish my question. So suppose I gave you a budget, would you have an application engineer that would come home and tell me that if I'm willing to spend 2 lakhs, this is what I can get?
Absolutely, that's the intent. Whether it's an individual home or whether it's an apartment that a builder or a developer want to have a scalable solution. So our technical consultants would come over, understand the need, and put together a scalable system.
Retrofit. Because it's an existing apartment and not
yes,
new one.
Actually, we couldn't show the presentation today for lack of time. Yes, there is a technology called Zigbee, which is a very affordable technology. And by using that, we will be, because, once you retrofit, that means you cannot do multiple things because you do not want to break down a lot of stuff. So therefore, yes, but using the Zigbee technology, we should be able to address some of this, yes.
Thank you.
And also based upon the functionality and the aesthetic part of it, what we have done is we have specially designed certain packages for the developers. So namely, the silver, gold, and platinum packages, which are very economical packages. If you would like to know the range, it would be somewhere around on a 2,000 square feet unit. It would be ranging right from 125 rupees per square feet, and it can move to 200 rupees per square feet based upon the functionality and the kind of the features which needs to be there into the package.
Any other questions?
Whatever
Yes.
you are giving, will you be charging for that in future?
The connectivity?
Yeah, but if I use your network
Yes.
for remote operations,
See, it's an architecture, and also it's an open architecture. Means that it is user independent or manufacturer independent. So as long as on that open architecture you can buy the best of the breed from the market. So it's not Schneider dependent. About power saving. Because of this, the smart control, because of the wiser control, you will be able to do a lot of saving by optimizing the equipments based on occupancy, based on lighting, based on different conditions that you are living in. So it will be other way around, you'll be saving money here. Okay, if there are no other questions, our contact details are in the brochure, and we'll be very glad to address any questions that might occur to you later. Please be in touch with us, and as we said, we will be able to send our technical consultants, assess your need, and put together a scalable and affordable solution. Thank you very much.
Thank you. This is not a question, but it's a suggestion. All the applications and everything you showed was from the point of the homemaker, for the homemaker's convenience. But some of us in the office want to know the mood of the homemaker, whether we should come back home early or stay back late. That is the real automation we want. So when you're ready with that, we'll start the session with Schneider. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you know what? I'm glad my 100% track record has remained at 100%. Till date, there's not a single conference that I've organized or chaired that has finished a minute later than it was supposed to. We were supposed to finish at 7:15 and it's 7:10. So there's 5 minutes for an extra drink. Thank you all, not only for being here in the morning, but also being here at the end. I think the message that has come through all this is earlier real estate was about buildings, buildings and buildings. And then it became about life, spaces and buildings. And now we are saying that for life to happen, the sequence has to be technology, infrastructure and buildings. Unfortunately, we've done it the other way. Buildings, infrastructure and then technology. We've got to change our philosophy, think technology, implement technology, followed by infrastructure, and then the buildings come last. Thank you all. Have a pleasant evening, and I hope the sessions were useful, relevant, and interesting. Good night, and thank you.